Displacement of a progressive wave is represented by y equals to a sine omega t minus kx, where x is the distance and t is the time. The dimensions of w by omega by k are same as that of velocity, wave number, wavelength, or frequency. So that we need to find out. So firstly, we have the equation y equals to a sine omega t minus kx. Here this omega t minus kx represents the angle which is dimensionless, though therefore we can have omega which is nothing but inverse of time, frequency that is inverse of time, so we can have t inverse, t raised to minus 1. Again this factor k which is constant is depends on the distance, that is 1 upon x, so again it is length inverse. So if we have omega upon l, omega upon k, then we can have t inverse minus l inverse, that will be l t inverse l. So this is nothing but equal to the velocity, that is distance upon time. So A is the correct option. The value of atmospheric pressure is 10 raised to 6 dynes, then the value is its value in SI unit is. So the SI unit we need to find the atmospheric pressure, which will be equals to force upon area. So that is the dimensions of the pressure will be equals to force, that is m1 l1 m1 l1 t raised to minus 2, okay, upon this is l2, okay. So what we get is m1 l minus 1 t raised to minus 2, okay. So the for the 10 raised to 6 we can convert this mass in the different format in this SI unit, as 1 gram becomes equals to 1 kg raised to 1, again 1 centimeter upon 1 meter equals to minus 1, again 1 second upon 1 second equals to minus 2, okay. Now after conversion, that is this 1000 grams upon 100 centimeters into 1, so 1000 into 100, that will give you 10 to the power 5. So 10 raised to 5 will be the answer in Newton per meter square, okay. So the volume of the atmospheric pressure is 10 raised to 6 dynes, so the value in SI unit is 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square. The dimensions of Planck's constants are same as that of linear impulse, work, linear momentum, or angular momentum. First we'll set the dimensions for this Planck's constant, where E equals to h into mu. So h becomes equals to energy upon the frequency, where energy is the work done, that will have m1 l2 t raised to minus 2 dimensions upon the frequency, that is time inverse. So altogether we have m1 l as 2 and t as minus 1, okay. So let's check this for the angular momentum. So angular momentum is nothing but I into the angular velocity, okay. So I being the inertia, it has got the dimensions of m1 l2, and the angular velocity is again t raised to minus 1, okay. So if we mix them both, we get m1 l2 t raised to minus 1, which is same to that of the Planck's constant. So angular momentum is the same option, has the same dimensions as that of the Planck's constant. Of the following sets have different dimensions: pressure, Young's modulus, stress, all have the same directions. EMF, potential difference, electric potential, V, that will be having the same direction. Heat energy, work done, or energy, E or W, that will have the same dimensions. Dipole moment, electric flux, and electric field. Here the dipole moment will be nothing but the charge multiplied by the distance, that is Q into 2L, and electric flux will be electric field E into the area. So these two are having the different dimensions, so the correct option is D. This set as having the different direction and the electric field as well. The side of length 1.2 into 10 raised to minus 2 meters, its volume up to correct significant figures is. So the length of the cube they are given, which is equals to 1.2 into 10 raised to minus 2 meters, and the volume V will be equals to the length cube, that is 1.2 into 10 raised to minus 2 the whole cube, that will come out to be 1.728 into 10 raised to minus 6 meter cube, okay. So as a result, there are we can have only two significant figures, so therefore we can round them off and we get V can be equals to 1.7 into 10 raised to minus 6, okay. We can round these two significant figures off, so 1.7 into 10 raised to minus 6 meter cube, that can be the answer. So the correct option is A, 1.7 into 10 to the power minus 6. The radius of a sphere is 1.41, its volume to an appropriate number of the significant figures is. So we need to find they have given the radius r, which is 1.41 centimeters, Okay, it's in centimeters. So next is the volume we need to find. So volume is equals to 4 by 3 pi r cube, that is for a sphere. So that will be 4 by 3 into 3.14 into the r, that is 1.41 the whole cube, gets you the value of 11.736 centimeter cube. So when we round up these three significant figures, we get the value around to be 11.7 centimeter cube. Okay, so last three figures can be rounded off, so you get the value as 11.7 centimeter cube. Now the two resistors of resistance R1 equals to 100 plus minus 3 ohms and R2 equals to 200 plus minus 4 ohms are connected in parallel. The equivalent resistance of the parallel combination is 66.1 plus minus 1.8 ohms, 66.7 plus minus 4.0 ohms, 66.7 plus minus 3.0 ohms, or 66.7 plus minus 7.0 ohms. So here this resistance are connected in parallel. So first we'll find the total equivalent resistance when they are connected in parallel, that is 1 upon Rp, which is equals to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. So again 1 upon Rp becomes equals to 1 upon R1 we have as 100 and R2 we have as 200. So on solving we get 3 upon 200 as the answer, that is Rp will be equals to 200 upon 3, that is gives you a 66.7 ohms of the total resistance. Now this error in the resistance will be given by delta Rp, okay, upon Rp square, which will be equals to delta R1 upon R1 square plus delta R2 upon R2 square. That will be nothing but delta Rp equals to delta R1 into Rp upon R1 the whole square plus delta R2 into Rp upon R2 the whole square. We can write this in this term also. So the value which we get is delta R1 is how much? It is the change which we need to find, that is 3. Okay, so delta R1 is 3 into Rp is the resistance, that is 66.7 total effective resistance in parallel, and R1 we got is 100. Okay, plus again delta R2, that is 4 into again the delta Rp, that is the value is 66.7 upon R2, the value of R2 is 200, so upon 200. So this will be the square of them, it is a squaring of them. So next if we solve this entirely, we get a value of 1.8 ohms. Okay, that is the delta Rp. So the parallel combination, the value of the resistance is 66.7 plus or minus 1.8 ohms. So A is the correct option. Temperature of two bodies measured by a thermometer are T1, which is equals to 20 degree plus minus 0.5 degree, and T2 50 degree plus minus 0.5 degree. The temperature difference and the error in them is, so we need to find the temperature difference and the error. So firstly the temperature T1 is given as 20 degree plus minus 0.5 degree Celsius, T2 is given as 50 degree plus minus 0.5 degree Celsius. Okay, so the temperature between these two bodies T will be given by T2 minus T1, that is 50 minus 20, that will be equals to 30 degree Celsius. Okay, and the error in the temperature delta T will be given by error in T1 plus error in T2, that will be the T1 error is 0.5 and T2 error is 0.5. So we add in 0.5 plus 0.5, that will give you around 1 degree Celsius of error. So the temperature difference is 30 degree and the error is plus minus 1 degree Celsius. So 30 degree plus minus 1 degree Celsius is option number A. So that is the correct option. Resistance of resistor R1 equals to 300 plus minus 3 ohms and R2 equals to 500 plus minus 4 ohms are connected in series. The equivalent resistance in the series combination is 800 plus minus 1 ohms, 200 plus minus 1 ohms, 800 plus minus 7 ohms, or 200 plus minus 1 ohms. So basically there are two resistors R1 and R2, they are connected in series. So the total resistance in series is equals to R1 plus R2, that will be nothing but 500 plus 300. So we can have 500 plus 300, that will be 800 ohms of total resistance. So the error what they have got in the equivalent resistance will be delta R, that is nothing but it is equals to delta error in R1 multiplied by error in R2, that is equals to the error is 3 and 4. So 3 plus 4 becomes equals to 7 ohms of error. So the total equivalent resistance will be 800 ohms plus minus 7 ohms. Okay, so 800 plus minus 7 is the correct option B. Which of the following time measuring device is the most precise? A wall clock, an atomic clock, a digital watch, or a stopwatch? Basically, the correct option is an atomic clock, obviously, because an atomic clock is the most precise time measuring device. Just because the atomic oscillations are repeated in the precision of 1 second in 10 raised to 13 seconds. Okay, so B is the correct option. That is the atomic clock, which is the most precise measuring time measuring device. Light from the sun reaches the earth approximately in 5 seconds, 50 seconds, 500 seconds, or 0.5 seconds. So the time taken by the light to reach earth from the sun is t, which is equals to 8 minutes and 20 seconds. So 8 minutes is 8 into 60 seconds plus this 20 seconds, that will be 480 seconds plus 20 seconds, that will be around 500 seconds. So C is the correct option. One unified atomic mass unit, 1U, is equals to 1U is equals to 1.66 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg. Okay, this is the constant value for 1U unified atomic mass unit, that is 1.66 into minus 27 kg. B is the correct option. The device used for measuring the mass of atoms and the molecules is, so the device which is used to measure the mass of an atoms and the molecules is called as mass spectrography. So the device uses mass spectrograph. So here we have spring balance, torsional balance, mass spectrograph, or common balance. C is the correct option, mass spectrograph. The order of magnitude of the diameter of Earth is 1.28 into 10 raised to 7 meters. So the order of magnitude is 7. So C is the correct option. You have the option 5, 6, 7, 8. The order of magnitude is given in 10 to the power 7. So we have 7 as the correct option. If the size of a bacteria is 1 micron, what will be the number of it in 1 meter length? 100, 1 crore, 1000, or 1 million? So if 1 micron is the size, that is around 10 raised to minus 6 meters. Okay, and this 10 raised to minus 6 meter space is occupied by one bacteria. So 1 meter space is occupied by how much? By, that will be around the reverse of this, that is 10 raised to 6 bacteria, that is equals to 1 million bacteria. So the correct option is D, 1 million. Okay, fathom is a unit to measure the speed of the ship, depth of the sea, distance of the ship, or speed of the cyclone. Fathom basically is a unit used. It is a unit of length. It is equivalent to 6 feet, and they use it to measure the depth of the water. So basically, B is the correct option. Depth of the sea. It is used to measure the unit is used to measure the depth of the sea. Light year is a unit of distance, time, speed, or intensity of light. Light year is a unit is nothing but the distance traveled by the light in 1 year. So that is around 9.46 into 10 raised to 15 meters. So light year is a unit of distance. Okay, so that A is the correct option. Vernier scale of traveling microscope have 50 divisions which coincide with 49 main scale divisions. If each main scale division is 0.5 mm, then the least count of the microscope is. So we have a Vernier scale on a traveling microscope, and it has got 50 divisions, and they coincide with the 41 main division scale divisions. If each main scale is 0.5 mm, then the least count will be. So the for one main scale division will be how much? It will be around 0.5 mm. Okay, each main scale division is 0.5 mm. So 50 Vernier scale divisions will be equals to, which coincide with the 49 main scale divisions. Okay, so one Vernier scale division will be equals to 49 upon 50 main scale divisions. Okay, so the least count will be 49, will be this one main scale division minus the one Vernier scale division, that is 1 MSD minus 1 VSD, that is equals to 1 MSD minus this 1 VSD, that is 49 upon 50 VSD. Okay, so that is MSD, sorry. So that will be equals to around 50, 1 is 50 minus 49, that is 1 upon 50 MSD. Okay, so your 1 MSD as main scale division as 0.5 mm. So the least count will be 1 upon 50 multiplied by 0.5 mm. That will give you 0.01 mm of the least count. Okay, so your correct option is 0.01 mm is your least count of the microscope. The distance of the moon from the earth is about 60 times the radius of the earth. What will be the diameter of the earth approximately in degrees as seen from the moon? So we need to find the diameter of the earth approximately in degrees as seen from the moon. So this is the earth and this is the moon, and this is the radius of the earth, which is RE and RE, and this is the theta which need to find out. So diameter of the earth as seen from the moon, that will be if we use the formula for theta, where theta will be equals to the distance, the arc upon the distance, that will be the RE, that is 2 times of RE upon the distance. The distance between the earth and the moon is given as 60 times as that of the radius of the earth, so 60 times of RE. So that will be nothing but 1 upon 30 radians, that will be a theta. So again we convert it into degrees, that is 1 upon 30 into 180 by pi, so that is equals to 2 degree. Okay, so that will be 6 upon pi, that will give you 2 degree. So the correct option is 2 degree, so B is the correct option. Of the following is not the name of a physical quantity. Time, yes, it is a physical quantity, it is the name of physical quantity. Impulse, yes, and mass, yes. Kilogram, it is a unit of physical quantity, not the name of the physical quantity, so kilogram is the correct option. Which of the following system of unit is not based on unit of mass, length and time? So SI is the system of unit which is not based on mass, length and time alone. Rest all the three systems, they are based on these three concept, three things only. That is CGS we have centimeter gram second, FPS we have foot pound second, MKS we have meter kilograms and second. So three are based on mass, length and time, whereas SI is not based on mass, length and time alone. Which of the following physical quantities are same unit in all the three system of units? Mass, length, time or seconds, or none of this? So in all the three systems of unit, that is SI, MKS or CGS or FPS, in all the systems of units, the time remains the constant. We measure the time in seconds. Okay, so C as time is the correct option. Which of the following physical quantity is not a fundamental quantity? Luminous intensity, thermodynamics, temperature, or electric current or work? Among all the three, work is not a fundamental quantity just because it depends on the force into displacement again. So a fundamental quantity is a quantity which does not depend on any other physical quantity. So here work is the correct option. It is not a fundamental quantity. The solid angle subtended by the periphery of an area 1 centimeter square at a point situated symmetrically at a distance of 5 centimeters from the area is. So we need to find the solid angle which is at a periphery of an area of 1 centimeter at a point which is symmetrically at a distance of 5 centimeters. So the radius is given of that area. So R we have 5 centimeters that we can. Next is we have the area which is equals to 1 centimeter square. So we need to find the angle. So the solid angle d sigma d omega will be the area upon the radius square. That is area is 1 centimeter square upon 5 square. That will be nothing but 1 by 5, 1 by 25. So that will be again equals to 0.04 radians. Okay, and that will be 4 into 10 to the power minus 2 steradians. So that is 4 into 10 to the power minus 2.